Right, and as you can see there from the menu, if I've got time to fit the menu on, because obviously as I'm speaking now the match hasn't been played, so I haven't been able to see if I need to edit, you know, things out or not for match length and what I want to show. But yeah, the menus, if I've left them in, are very basic. They, as you can see what I've said, you know, what they've done, put a few colours in there. It's just decided to select my goalkeeper there for some reason. And as you can see what I mean, the forward there is coming forward. I've noticed that certainly, I mean, I haven't tried any other team. I've just been using these two for tonight for a few matches, just to see what it's all about, see what I think. And you know, what I'm finding is that the forward players will pressure your defenders. So if you pass it around at the back, they'll just come and pressure them. It's just decided not to select the player who I've played the ball to there. I don't know if you can see, that is a very clear one. There's not a lot of strength on the pass at all. And as you can see, if you've heard me rant on any of the PESs and say they're chasing us in packs, that's one of my things that they say. Well, they're doing it here. They're chasing us in packs, basically. They do that run down the wing and then check back and then put the ball into the... One thing that's been frustrating the hell out of me is the fact that here, like, I've not really been able to move my players toward a ball. The opposition will see the ball, they'll be moving, you know, they'll be looking in the same direction as my player, and I'll be trying to get my player toward the ball and my player's not being able to move. I've not being able to move my player toward the ball in like a crossing scenario. I don't know why they bothered taking that little helpful line off. I've got no idea at all. It's very unhelpful and it's less inclusive. I don't understand what's wrong with having a little helpful line about trajectory and stuff. And PlayStation Access said that they've done away with the height and trajectory and gone for power. Rubbish. Height and trajectory is still there, and in fact the control, the little helpful guides, the tutorial little bits of writing even talk about trajectory and stuff. So I don't know what PlayStation Access are talking about. They don't know what they're talking about, but that's not the first time that they've spouted a load of rubbish, is it? Rubbish channel that it is, just for blatant advertising and nothing else. So yeah, I don't know why they've taken away the help guides. That is just less inclusive. The quote hardcore players, yeah, note that I'm on Superstar. The quote hardcore players will be saying, oh yeah, well that's right, because you know in real life you don't have guides. No, but in real life you can see in more than 2D, and unless you're using VR, which is not proper 3D, it's just kind of like, you know, yeah, it's not real life 3D, is it? It's not like life. So no, video games aren't like real football. That's why they're video games, and you play them looking at your telly. So you don't have 3D. So what's wrong with help guides? Oh well, you know, I eat nails for breakfast and I'm a hardcore gamer. Oh, are you really? Well, I'm not too shabby at playing games myself, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I just think it's a bit backwards not to have these, you know, the little help guides. I don't see anything wrong in things being helpful and inclusive, as long as it doesn't force your hand held. You know, if you've got options to turn them off and on, you're alright. But I haven't got any options to turn them on. And I just think that's a backward step. There, the game has just stopped my defender. I don't know if you saw that. I didn't stop running toward the ball. The game stopped my defender from running to let them get the ball. It does things like that. I've got a little clip of it kicking through your player thing and not giving away fouls to cheat to defend is in this one. And I took a few pictures of that, and I'll put a GIF together and put that on Twitter. So yeah, as I do, it's just bastardised the selection of player who was going to get that, and that's the other thing as well. There you saw my player running, and their player started running. Every single time in that scenario when they've been closing down my players, every single one of their players, without fail or exception, has been quicker than mine. And that's another thing. I haven't checked the stats and the stat boosting, but you can bet your bottom dollar it's in this. Alright, and we're back, and what I've done for the second half is I switched to hug the touchline, and I've gone with a deep defensive line, because as you can see, and you see what I mean there, the gap that they have to run into, the space that their attackers have to run into, and yeah, you'll see if I can, you know, get some attacks going, they just squash my players with their midfielders running back and tracking back. And like I say, when I've been given the option, you know, to select, it's just giving it to them on purpose. It's unbelievable. So when I've been given the option to, you know, select a player to defend, it doesn't give me my midfielders to close back. It gives me my defenders to come up the pitch, creating even more room for their attackers. It's like, how many ways can it find to help them? And that is exactly the same as 2016, 2017. Do you know what I mean? They haven't changed anything. They haven't changed the background colours to the numbers. You know, put a bit of blue and green on, I think, you know. Other than that, that slowed it down. Other than that, you know, apart from the aesthetic changes, same PES. Look, see, it's faster again. He might be in real life, but it's just that it's happening to every single one of my players. And I can't believe that all of Inter Milan's players are slower than all of Liverpool's. I don't believe it. Much like I say with my own team. Look at that. Why could not get that ball? And I've noticed as well, the other thing I've noticed, and you might see it as well. Look, you see, he's faster again, look. Every single one of he's misdirected the pass and giving it to them. I cannot believe it. And I showed you, didn't I? Pass assist off. Yeah? He's faster again, look. I'm just at a loss. Did I mention? I might have mentioned it. I don't know. I'm wrapped up in just. I just beside myself. I'm like, they haven't changed anything. They have not changed anything. They had a corner, right, in one of the games I played tonight. They had a corner, and just done taking the ball into their player. And it's like, I haven't done that. So yeah, they had a corner, and I watched it on the replay, and I selected their player on. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, I will tell this story. I selected their player on the replay to watch. As the corner came in, right, he ran toward the ball. He took 6 steps running towards 6. I counted them, and then jumped to head the ball. And after he headed the ball, he hit the post with his header, right? I had a corner. My player wouldn't move to head the ball, just like my defender wouldn't move toward the ball there. And I've noticed that were a fault in 2017, and I moaned about that. Just couldn't move my player toward the ball from crosses. Anyway, while that corner were going on, I made a couple of changes. I put Kondogbia on, and I took my attacking midfielder off and I moved one of my centre mids into attack mid, and I took Icardi off and I put Martins on. So just a couple of changes for fresh legs and rearranged the kickers to suit and that, and yeah, it's just selecting stupid people to get the ball. I don't know why it's like he was more infield and he had to come across to the wings, you know what I mean? I had two players on the wing, neither of them selected, neither of them. I've headed that across to my player and it's gone there. Either they've headed that or the game has misdirected it. You know, pick one. But I'm just not finding that I'm being able to move my players toward passes, toward crosses. And what that means is that they get a lot of the possession. Because if I move it, if I move my stick, you know, towards the ball, and I want my player to go towards a space to pick up a pass, and they're just not responding, which is what's happening, or if I've got a cross coming in the box and I want my player to respond to my movement and they're just not, then it means that they're getting the ball. Well, if they're getting the ball, they're having the possession, they're having the play, and that's what's happening all of the time. My attacks are being nerfed. The movement of my players is also rubbish. So that's not gone anywhere near where I directed it. I directed it back on an angle, not square. It's just... It's like a slower version of any other PES that I've played. Like, for real. I'll do like a few matches and they haven't changed that. They haven't got rid of the highlights coming on. You know. All in all, I just think this is rubbish. I'll do some more matches and that, and you know, show you a few more things. Take care.